The capital of Alabama is Montgomery. It became the capital in 1846 because it sat on the Alabama River, which made it perfect for trade and easy travel in the 1800s. Lawmakers moved it from Tuscaloosa to a more central and accessible site. Montgomery later became both the first capital of the Confederacy and a landmark city of the Civil Rights Movement. The capital of Alaska is Juneau. It took the title in 1906, replacing Sitka to be closer to the booming gold mines of the Ensign Passage. Despite having no road connection to the rest of Alaska, Juneau thrived as a seaport capital. The capital of Arizona is Phoenix. It became the capital in 1889 because of its fertile Salt River Valley and expanding railroad system. Phoenix replaced Prescott as it was better connected and poised for growth. The capital of Arkansas is Little Rock. It was chosen in 1821 for its central location along the Arkansas River, which made it easy for steamboats and settlers to reach. The name comes from a small rock formation early travelers used as a landmark. The capital of California is Sacramento. It became the capital in 1854 during the gold rush because of its river access and proximity to mining towns. Lawmakers moved it from San Jose and Benicia to this strategic inland city. The capital of Colorado is Denver. It was selected in 1876 when Colorado achieved statehood, thanks to its booming mining industry and central location near railroads. Denver was already the region's economic center, connecting the mountains and plains. The capital of Connecticut is Hartford. It became the sole capital in 1875 after alternating for years with New Haven. Hartford's central location and thriving insurance industry helped it win the title. It's still known today as the insurance capital of the world. The capital of Delaware is Dover. It became the capital in 1777 when the state moved inland from Newcastle to protect itself from British attack. Its safer location and central position made it ideal for government meetings during the Revolution. The capital of Florida is Tallahassee. It was chosen in 1824 as a compromise between St. Augustine in the east and Pensacola in the west. Located roughly midway, it was the only practical meeting point for lawmakers at the time. The capital of Georgia is Atlanta. It earned the title in 1868 after the Civil War, replacing Milledgeville. Its status as a major railroad hub made it the perfect choice for rebuilding and connecting the state. Atlanta remains Georgia's engine of transportation, business, and politics. The capital of Hawaii is Honolulu. It became the capital in 1845 under King Kamehameha III, moving from Lahaina on Maui. Its deep harbor and Central Pacific location made it ideal for trade and government. Honolulu is now the global gateway to the Hawaiian Islands. The capital of Idaho is Boise. It took the title in 1865, moving from Lewiston to be closer to settlers and trade routes in the South. Boise's location along the Oregon Trail made it a practical administrative hub. Today, it's one of the fastest-growing capitals in the West. The capital of Illinois is Springfield. It became the capital in 1839, replacing Vandalia after local leaders, including Abraham Lincoln, lobbied for the move. Its central position suited lawmakers from across the state. Springfield remains closely tied to Lincoln's political legacy. The capital of Indiana is Indianapolis. It was designated in 1825 for its perfect central location, allowing settlers from every direction to reach it easily. Built as a planned city, it soon became a transportation crossroads. Today, it's the largest city in Indiana and a hub for both sports and government. The capital of Iowa is Des Moines. It was chosen in 1857 to replace Iowa City because it lay near the geographic center of the state. Its position along two rivers made it ideal for commerce and communication. Des Moines has since become a key political testing ground for presidential hopefuls. The capital of Kansas is Topeka. It became the capital in 1856 during the violent conflicts of Bleeding Kansas. Free state settlers established it as a symbol of resistance to slavery. Topeka's central location later helped unite the new state politically. The capital of Kentucky is Frankfort. It was selected in 1792 as a compromise between Lexington and Louisville. Located on the Kentucky River, it provided easy access for lawmakers by boat. Frankfort remains the state's smallest capital by population. The capital of Louisiana is Baton Rouge. It took the title in 1849, moving from New Orleans to escape flooding and disease. Its higher ground along the Mississippi River made it safer and more stable. Baton Rouge is now both a political and industrial powerhouse. The capital of Maine is Augusta. It became the capital in 1827 because it was centrally located and safer from coastal invasion than Portland. Its position on the Kennebec River provided vital inland transportation. Augusta still serves as Maine's quiet political center. The capital of Maryland is Annapolis. It became the capital in 1694 due to its deep harbor and midpoint location between Baltimore and Washington. It once served as the nation's capital under the Articles of Confederation. Today, it's known for the U.S. Naval Academy and colonial charm. The capital of Massachusetts is Boston. It has held the title since 1630, making it one of the oldest capitals in the country. Its strong harbor and political leadership helped shape the American Revolution. Boston continues to be the political and cultural center of New England. The capital of Michigan is Lansing. It became the capital in 1847 when the government moved inland from Detroit to protect against British attack. Lawmakers also wanted to spur development in central Michigan. Lansing grew rapidly and remains both the administrative and automotive hub of the state. The capital of Minnesota is St. Paul. It was chosen in 1849 because of its river access and position as a major fur trading post. Its rivalry with neighboring Minneapolis shaped the region's growth. Together, the Twin Cities form one of the Midwest's strongest economic areas. The capital of Mississippi is Jackson. It became the capital in 1821 for its central location and access to the Pearl River. The city was named after General Andrew Jackson. Jackson remains the political center of Mississippi despite economic challenges. The capital of Missouri is Jefferson City. It was selected in 1821 as a compromise between the state's east and west regions. Located on the Missouri River, it offered both trade and neutrality. The city still stands as the symbolic heart of the state. The capital of Montana is Helena. It was named capital in 1875 because of its booming gold mining industry. Rival towns like Anaconda fought hard for the title but lost. Helena's wealth from the gold rush built the grand architecture still seen today. The capital of Nebraska is Lincoln. It became the capital in 1867 to move political power southward from Omaha. The city was renamed from Lancaster to honor President Abraham Lincoln. Today, It's the educational and administrative heart of the state. The capital of Nevada is Carson City. It became the capital in 1864 thanks to its location near the silver-rich Comstock Lode. The city grew around mining and the railroad. It remains one of America's smallest but most historic capitals. The capital of New Hampshire is Concord. It took the title in 1808, replacing Exeter for its central location between the coast and mountains. Its placement united rural and urban interests. The State House there is the oldest one still in use by legislators. The capital of New Jersey is Trenton. It became the capital in 1790 because it was halfway between New York and Philadelphia. The site also carried Revolutionary War significance, thanks to Washington's famous victory there. Trenton remains a political and logistical hub in the Northeast Corridor. The capital of New Mexico is Santa Fe. It's been the capital since 1610, making it the oldest in the United States. The Spanish founded it for its defensible position and steady water supply. Its mix of native, Spanish, and American heritage still defines it today. The capital of New York is Albany. It was named capital in 1797 for its strategic Hudson River location, ideal for trade and travel. The Erie Canal later turned it into a major economic artery. Albany continues to shape New York's government and education. The capital of North Carolina is Raleigh. It became the capital in 1792 because of its central location and protection from coastal attacks. The city was specifically planned for government use. Raleigh now anchors the Research Triangle, one of America's top innovation centers. The capital of North Dakota is Bismarck. It earned the title in 1883 to promote railroad expansion and unify settlers. The city was renamed from Edmonton to honor German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck to attract investment. It remains a key political and energy hub. The capital of Ohio is Columbus. It became the capital in 1816 for its geographic center and location near major rivers. Lawmakers built it from scratch to serve the new state. Columbus is now a thriving modern metropolis and the heart of Ohio's politics. The capital of Oklahoma is Oklahoma City. It became the capital in 1910 after residents voted to move it from Guthrie. Its booming oil industry and central location made it the logical choice. Legend says officials secretly took the state seal from Guthrie overnight to finalize the move. The capital of Oregon is Salem. It became the capital in 1851 because of its fertile Willamette Valley location. Settlers favored it over Oregon City for being more central. Salem still thrives as the agricultural and political hub of the state. The capital of Pennsylvania is Harrisburg. It became the capital in 1812 because it lay at the crossroads of trade routes and riverways. Philadelphia was too large and expensive for lawmakers. Harrisburg's central spot made it a lasting political center. The capital of Rhode Island is Providence. It became the sole capital in 1900 after decades of alternating sessions with Newport. Its harbor and industry made it the logical choice. Today, Providence blends historic charm with higher education and modern arts. The capital of South Carolina is Columbia. It was founded in 1786 as a planned capital to balance the power between Charleston and inland settlers. Its central location encouraged unity after the Revolution. Columbia remains the political and educational center of the state. The capital of South Dakota is Pierre. It became the capital in 1889 for its location near the center of the state. The choice balanced eastern and western regions during statehood. Pierre remains one of the smallest but most central capitals in America. The capital of Tennessee is Nashville. It became permanent in 1843 after the capital rotated among cities. Its river trade and central geography made it ideal. Nashville is now a national center for music, business, and state politics. The capital of Texas is Austin. It was named capital in 1839 when Texas was still a republic. Its frontier position symbolized expansion and independence. Today, Austin blends its historic roots with high-tech energy. The capital of Utah is Salt Lake City. It became the capital in 1858, founded by Mormon pioneers led by Brigham Young. Its mountain basin provided isolation and control for settlers. The city remains Utah's political and cultural core. The capital of Vermont is Montpelier. It became the capital in 1805 for its central spot and river access. With only about 8,000 residents, it's the smallest U.S. capital by population. Despite its size, Montpelier is rich in history and civic pride. The capital of Virginia is Richmond. It became the capital in 1780, replacing Williamsburg during the Revolution for its safety from British attack. Its position on the James River helped it grow into an industrial and political hub. Richmond's skyline still reflects centuries of state history. The capital of Washington is Olympia. It became the capital in 1853 because of its location at the southern end of Puget Sound. Lawmakers preferred it over Seattle, which was too commercial at the time. Olympia remains a calm but vital administrative center. The capital of West Virginia is Charleston. It became the permanent capital in 1885 after several moves between cities. Its river location supported the coal and chemical industries that fueled the state's economy. The golden-domed capital is still one of the most striking in the country. The capital of Wisconsin is Madison. It became the capital in 1838 as a compromise between Milwaukee and the Mississippi River towns. Built between two lakes, it was designed as a planned city. Madison remains both a college town and the political heart of the state. The capital of Wyoming is Cheyenne. It became the capital in 1869 because it sat along the Union Pacific Railroad, linking east and west. The city grew rapidly as a frontier hub. Cheyenne still embodies Wyoming's blend of Western heritage and modern government.